In 1857, the condition of peasants was marked by significant hardship and exploitation. The peasants were unhappy with the official land revenue policy as they were imposed with heavy tax that pushed them to indebtedness. The peasants had to bear the burden to provide money for the trade of the company or for bearing the cost of the administration. Their tax money was used for covering the cost of the wars too. For instance, in Bengal, the peasants had to pay double the amount than it was under the Mughals. Out of the revenue collected, the Britishers did not even spend a part of it on developing agriculture or on the cultivators' welfare. The zamindars demanded more to increase their profits, and it often led to excessive taxation and exploitation. Increase in land revenue forced many peasants to borrow money from money lenders at exorbitant rates. As they struggled to repay the loans, it forced many peasants into selling their lands. The zamindars were soon replaced by merchants and moneylenders who had no concern for the peasants. They imposed heavy taxes on them, and in case of non payment, they evicted the tenants. The economic condition of the peasants deteriorated. Further, the commercialization of agriculture disrupted traditional agricultural practices. The peasants were forced to cultivate cash crops and cultivate only indigo or cotton chosen by the British planters. In case of refusal, their crops were destroyed and their cattle was forcibly taken away. The peasants were forced to adopt new methods that were often were unprofitable. Their condition further waned when the handicraft and cottage industries declined. The peasants earlier used to supplement it with their agricultural income. Now, with the loss of ancestral agricultural land, along with loss of income, created a climate of discontent and resentment that ultimately led to the participation in the 1857 revolt.